This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
Almost forgot there, Bodie. Attack and dominate. Standing up.
Get on your feet.
Yes.
Get up and make it happen.
Tito, Bobby Carpenter, Bodie Wells. Here on a Wednesday. We will attack and dominate today. Bobby, how are you this morning?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It was interesting morning. My oldest son, he is a sophomore in high school, and they started doing football lifting, like, because you're a freshman. You become a freshman for, like, your fall sports, like spring of 8th grade season if you don't have anything. So
Take off the black stripe.
yeah, I don't know if quite like that, but they would start going to lifting when he was in 8th grade over the high school in the morning before school. So I'd drop him off. A lot of times my wife would go pick him up and then take him, come home, shower, get cleaned up, and she'd go to the middle school. And then, he's been doing that now with swimming and football.
He's a hell of a swimmer, by the way.
Oh, thank you. He does.
Better swimmer or football player?
Better swimmer.
I think so, too. Yeah, he's a really good swimmer.
He works hard at it, man.
Yeah.
That's why but the discipline that they have in that. And so he does, like, all spring, summer, and fall, does, like, football lifting in the morning, and then summer he does some swimming in the morning. And then right now he's doing swimming in the morning as well, which they did all through Christmas break. They had 2 practices a day, 7 to 9:30 or 10, and then 2 to 4.
Lord, yes.
They gave him Christmas off. They had one practice on Christmas Eve and New Year's Day off.
Yes.
And that was like it.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
Was that like you at Lancaster?
No,
Not even close?
We would do swimming twice a week in the morning, but we didn't do that over Christmas break. I wasn't doing that. I mean, I swam my senior year, and I mean, I was good enough to be in districts in a couple events, but that was the ceiling for me at that point.
Yeah.
I had not swam in the winter in a number of years, just in the summer, and that was more casually in high school. And so I was like, I'll get good enough to be good.
Okay.
I'm not daring to be great. Okay, not in this situation.
That's disappointing, Bob.
But my daughter, she is a freshman now, and their lacrosse program is pretty good. And this was her first foray into morning workouts.
Okay.
So my son, of course, the swimming and lifting for lacrosse wouldn't line up on the same day. So he has his license now, so he can't take her. So that involves me of getting up and, like, I have to get up a little bit earlier. And it's mostly just to make sure she's up. And I'm like, we've got to leave by this time. Not so you get there on time, but so I get to work on time. Right. Like, you can't be late because I can't be late. So the bus, it's like a public transportation now.
Okay.
All right. The bus is leaving.
Right. Do you have a banner going above your car?
No, but she's like, you said 5:30. I was like, well, I'd prefer 5:25 just to give me a little bit of leeway.
Sure.
There's some lights and things that can happen. And then, she got out of the car, forgot her water bottle this morning, so I had to, like, loop back around, which was another couple minutes. And so I don't like to be rushed. But she did get up. She made it. She was fairly pleasant. And
pleasant.
Well, that was good. No, I mean, I get it. Like, I'm not a big talker.
Hey, Bob, I got it. I saw something yesterday. A meme that came across said, I married this woman, and now I'm arguing with a 9-year-old girl before 8 a.m. that is just like her. Like, that's what it is.
I've heard that it's like arguing with yourself, which that's a lot. That's more for me than my daughter. Or my daughter's probably more like me than my wife, which is brutal.
That's awful.
It is. So it's fine. Believe me, I get it. And so she's like, you said this time. I go, well, I said that's the latest. I'd prefer that we're not, like, pressing the boundaries of that. And when I don't see you out of your room and we're leaving in 5 minutes, there's a cause for concern with that. But she was very efficient. She came down, boom, 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 was good to go, and everything. It was all good from that point. So we were successful in that. So she has lifting on Wednesday and Friday. So those will be fun days for me. At least the swimming was Tuesday, Thursday. So Friday, I never had to worry about it. Now we're taking it to the final day of the week, which I don't particularly care for, but there you go.
I've got non-sports content today that I got to figure out how to sprinkle in. By the way, Morning Juice, 2 full hours here on YouTube, fan app, HG3. Also, you can catch us on Twitter, on Facebook, all those places. Download the show anytime. Catch us from 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus. Morning Juice, sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin. Big show lined up for you today. Austin Ward, will probably join us because yesterday with the Schlegel. Did Schlegs ever respond?
He did. He texted me back later.
What did he say?
When I was going into live, it was after the show, like 8:20. He's like,
right.
I'll read you the extra.
Oh, please, let's
I
do
actually
this.
talked to him. He's got some personal stuff going on right
I
now
got
with his
that.
family.
Hey, I'm not judging Schlegs at all.
But what was he? You coming on today? That was at 6:59. At
right.
7:52. Well, I guess not. Sorry, bro. I'm all kind of messed up. And I mean, they were all Mountain Time and everything. That first week back is always kind of a lot. And I get that, kind of leaning in and trying to figure out exactly where everything is and what's going on and getting back in those normal routines. So, yeah, I understand that completely.
Perfectly. I get it. Yeah, and I love Schlegs. So don't get me wrong. And by the way, I want everyone to know in the chat that when I'm standing up like this, which I plan to do for the full 2 hours, Bob, I will not be as active in the chat because I don't have anything raised up. I don't have that yet. Bodie, what did I text you today on my way in?
Speaking of text,
Please, let's do it. Tell.
you texted me and said, please remind me in the first segment that you have an important job. It makes sense. There's nothing demeaning. It will
Right.
make sense.
Okay. So tomorrow you have to remind me what I just sent you because somebody, a chat Hall of Famer sent me a private message on Twitter at Tito 971.
Oh, one of those ones that you
No,
solicited?
don't, Bob, don't.
Message
no,
me.
I'm
Message
not
me.
going, no, I'm not going to do it.
I'll be behind the
I'll
gas
follow
station.
you. I will follow you
6 o'clock.
with a suggestion regarding, I'll tell you this right now. Here's your mega tease. Steve Kerr
Oh,
and your highness. So tomorrow you have to remind me
okay.
about that. That's your job. Okay?
Deal.
Thank you. Big show lineup for you. Let's talk about Bob.
All right, the chat, hold on.
Yeah, let's hear it.
They're soliciting
Here we
bets
go.
already
No,
of
no,
how
no,
long,
no,
how
don't do that.
long
No.
he's going to stand.
It's what was the number?
7:07.
Over.
7:07. We're almost there.
Now
No,
we're
we're
gonna
at
make sure.
6:06. We got an hour
We're
to go.
6:07.
Still.
Yeah, that's never
Yeah.
mind.
We're almost
Still
there.
almost there.
No, we're close.
Mentally, if you just say.
Yes. Bob, I'm staying the whole show. I'm going to stay in the whole show.
It'll feel liberating. I like to do that.
Went to Giant Eagle yesterday, Bob.
Not the mini eagle.
No. Somebody says to me there, somebody who recognizes me, I'm not going to say what department he works in, liquor store. But anyway, says, hey, I heard Tyvis making fun of you for the way you sit. And I said, what? He said, yeah, this weekend, Tyvis made fun of the way you sit, much like my wife did, criticized the way I sit. And Tyvis said that never happens. I don't know what the guy listened to, but somebody else, not here, he said, listened at night to a show where somebody criticized the way I sit. So I'm going to stand today. It's okay. What else did I want to tell you about? Oh, I called my buddy yesterday, Bob, when I left, and said, I will go to the Steelers game with you.
There you go.
Okay?
But
Wait, no, I said, up and back same day, right? He said, yeah, up and back same day. I said, okay, I talked about it on the radio. Go back and listen to it. He goes back and listens to it and says, ironically, I need you to drive. So now I've got to drive.
okay, that's good. It'll keep you alert and awake.
To and from, though, Bob.
Why does he need
So
you to drive?
So
Does
you
he-
may not
can
make
he
it
see
back,
at
is what
night?
you're saying.
Two reasons. One,
He's going to get drunk?
that's one. Yes, that's going to be two, but now
You know what,
I'll
in all
make it one.
fairness,
yes,
like, he's giving
giving
you
me
a free ticket.
I know. Right, Bob. I get it. The other part is, though, he's got a cracked rib
What does that have to do with anything?
from sneezing.
Put your gear on.
I know. Look, cracked rib.
Okay,
I said it to him, Bodie.
just say, I don't need the other reason. Let me tell you this. He told you
Yes.
he led with a cracked rib?
Yes.
Okay, so here's one thing I'll
He
tell
never said
people.
about drinking, but I assume that's what it is.
Oh, he didn't ever
He
bring
never brought drinking, but yes, that's also part
I
of it.
would say
Sure.
if he brought up, and I might have a couple of drinks. I always tell people, ignore the first reason. The second one's the actual one.
Yeah.
But that's a cracked rib. What? Like, I don't understand why that would prohibit you from driving.
Because I think he wants to
This
lean
isn't
back.
This isn't F1.
What
Who
if
was
he
lean back?
drives?
Who was that? Who was lean back? What rapper would lean back?
Rockaway.
Okay,
Fat
fine.
Joe?
Rockaway. Lean back. Lean back. That's what it's a lean back in the GMC when I drive.
Yeah. I don't understand. Like, he has a cracked rib.
Look, I don't understand. I know. Look,
Tito, let me ask you
Yes.
Should
this.
be like,
please.
you said you can't drive really at night. You stink at night driving.
oh my, listen,
Should be like, hey, you want to add that with
Here's where
another
we go.
one?
If he
Try a-
drives, can he hurt it any worse?
listen. Here's what's
That
funny.
would be my question.
Yesterday in the car, I tell my wife this with her friend in the back seat. Let's not make jokes about that. Nonetheless, my wife says, you're driving, but you don't see well at night. You know what I said to her? That's why we're still married.
There you go.
Didn't go well. It was a great joke. She set up for you, Bob. I had to say it.
I'd say it's pretty strong. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's pretty good. You should tell your buddy. I mean, if you want to, a high speed collision, that might
Look,
Might take it to the next level. You're worried about that singular crack.
he works
rib.
at our future partner. He works for NBC4, WCMH.
All right.
And he does a shift like at 4 a.m. I think 4 a.m. is when he goes in.
Is he going to work?
Yes. He said to me, I'll get home, I have 90 minutes of sleep, and then I can go. And I said, well, I've got to go now. And by the way, you caused a fight.
Why?
Wife says to me, I told you to go. You said I'm not going because you have to work. You have stuff to do. Bobby peer pressures you. She actually, Bobby and Bodie, but you can also later on. This is a great story. Bobby and Bodie peer pressure you, and now you're going. You listen. You say, because we have fights, Bob, all the time.
Yeah.
And one of the lines that comes up.
Good.
No, listen. We have fights all the time, and this phrase comes up. I'm not Bobby. I say it to her. Wait, Bobby gets up. Bobby does this. Bobby does this. Bobby does this. Why can't you do this? And I say, I'm not Bobby. But now it comes up again. Look, it's fine, Bob. It came up yesterday again. She said,
It's not your fault, Tito.
thank you very much.
your
Let's
fault.
hug.
It's not your
Let's
fault.
hug.
That's your
Let's
fault.
hug. Yesterday, I go into Giant Eagle. The same time the guy recognizes me, right?
Yeah.
I bump into the guy I'm going to the Steelers game with. He's at that bar, Giant Eagle, right there at Kingsdale.
Gosh, that sounds like, yeah.
With
What
his
time
son.
is it?
Wait, listen,
Time
with
is
his
this?
son. With
10
his
in the morning?
With his 7th grade son.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. He's
He gave him the shopping list. Mom said, get this stuff. I'm going to park
he was
myself
getting a
over
an
there.
hour.
steroid for his ribs.
Okay.
Okay, that's pharmacy. And he looks at me. We hug, all that. It's great. It's wonderful. Love to see him. He's deciding between two different drinks to get. Two of them beers, I think it had to be, because he's a beer guy. And there's this kind and another kind, I swear to God, not to get all religious. It's called the Bodie. He says to me, what should I get, this or this? And I said, dude, Bodie's my producer. Get the Bodie. He says, okay, I'll get the Bodie. Whatever it was, I don't know. It was some kind of beer type, but it was the Bodie. So we order the Bodie. The guy I'm going to the Steelers game with, because Bodie and Bobby peer pressure me into going, and it caused a fight with my wife because I'm not Bobby.
Small world.
It's a small
It's a full circle moment for you.
All right. You want to make us smarter, Bob? I don't know. I'm
do
sorry
it.
we got it 6:12. We're not getting into it yet.
It'll be fine.
All right.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. That's great. Thank you very much, Riggs. I appreciate that.
Well, Tito's eyesight is so bad he never got to see the Eagles.
That's fine. That's great.
Oh, goodness. It is Wednesday,
Thank you.
January 7th, the 7th day of the year, 358 days remaining in this 2026. This day, 1927, the Harlem Globetrotters played their first game in Hinckley, Illinois. It's good because it's kind of a light day in history, Thitoff. So
Good.
don't worry about that.
Let's work through it.
This day, 1959, the United States government recognizes the new Cuban regime led by Sharks guy, Mr. Fidel Castro.
We got sound for that one.
It's a big day. It's a big day for him.
That's fine.
This day, 1972, Bread's Baby I Want You is certified gold.
Baby, I'ma want you. Baby, I'ma need you. You're the only one I care enough.
That's
There
a
we
great
go.
song. God. Bread's,
Really?
by the way, go back and look at Bread. Bread's got some good
Underrated
songs.
catalog.
Underrated. They're not squeeze worthy, but they really are. If you look at some of their songs,
Okay.
they're cheesy, but they worked back in 1989 when I was wooing contestant number one.
There we go. This date, 1981, the Eagles Live is certified gold.
Wake you up in the middle of the night just to hear them say, welcome to the Hotel California.
Oh, it's great.
Way to go, Emily. Thank
Such
you,
a
Emily.
lovely place.
No, I can't.
Such a
Emily,
lovely
I was
face.
supposed to go. I would have loved to go. I would have loved to see them live. Thank you very much, Emily. Emily.
There we go. This
That's the
date,
one.
1982, Fame, the TV show premieres on NBC. Or 1982. 1985, Lou Brock and Hoyt Willem are elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame has been described by many as a museum for greatness. It's also been described as a place where those players who stepped into the pressure of the moment and emerged as heroes, and that their feat transcend their own career, and to this day, those feats still remains the standards by which the game is played. And I'm proud today to be a part of it.
Lou Brock. Damn, he was good.
Very, very. Well, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
That's how good he
well,
was.
I'll say it's fine. The Cubs traded him to the Cardinals.
It's good. I don't know if you know the Red Sox sold Babe Ruth to the Yankees.
They did. I don't know what the name of the play was, but yes, they sold him for $20,000 or something for a play they could fund.
And some ball and some baseballs.
Thank you for saying baseballs.
This date, 1999, the impeachment trial begins in the Senate for Bill Clinton.
Now, I have to go back to work on my State of the Union speech, and I worked on it till pretty late last night. But I want to say one thing to the American people.
Yes, he didn't do it.
I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again.
So great.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie, not a single time.
I can't
Never.
tell you how much it's helped me marriage.
These allegations are
I did
false, and I need to go back to work for the American people.
There we go.
Thank you.
Bob, I didn't have sexual relations with her. I didn't.
I mean, listen, anytime you get a chance to play it, now you listen to me.
I didn't do it.
And he starts giving him this and
Okay.
gives the finger point.
What's the bigger finger point, him or Palmeiro at the steroid thing?
That they're both equally as good. Daryl Hammond, it's more immortalized because Daryl Hammond did such a good job on SNL of him. Oh, you got to go watch the SNL.
No, we've
seen-
played it on one of the Today in
Oh,
Histories.
it's so good.
Yeah.
So good. Some birthdays today. Millard Fillmore, born on this date, 1800.
Oh, God. Bob, you're going to ask me? I don't have an answer for you.
Shark,
but
this was his
Okay.
weakest one. He goes, anything between 12 and 15. He goes, it was a rough list there until Lincoln took
Okay,
over.
14?
Not bad, 13.
Okay.
There we go. Bodie knew. That's Shark always said he was the very unmemorable guys. A lot of first-term guys that drove us into the Civil War.
I want to call him
Single term.
Mallard. I want to be like a
Mallard.
duck thing. I want to say like
That's-
Howard the Duck. I want to think Mallard Falmore.
I'll call him Millard then.
Millard. There we go.
Turning 78 today, Mr. Danger Zone himself, Kenny Loggins.
Big question for you, Bob.
Yeah.
Can you name two other Kenny Loggins songs?
Footloose.
Footloose is one. There we go.
And, oh, gosh, you'll have to give me a second.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
No, my mom has his greatest hits soundtrack, and we
She
used to
does?
listen to it all the time.
Okay.
It was on CD. It was a big deal.
I'm All Right, which is from Caddyshack.
Yes,
All
Footloose
Right.
and I'm All Right. If there
Caddyshack.
was a great
Oh, it'd be
80s
him.
movie
Yeah.
that probably had Kenny Rogers on the sound, or Kenny
Kenny
Loggins.
Loggins. Or Kenny Rogers.
Both
You know,
of
honestly,
them.
Kenny Rogers
The
probably maybe
Gambler,
280s.
I mean, the Gambler,
Yes.
Danger Zone, all the good stuff. But Kenny Loggins, yeah, I'm All Right, Footloose, like Caddyshack,
Yeah.
Footloose, Top Gun. There's more out there. If you
I know
play
there
them,
is. Yes.
you would recognize
I'm
them.
with you. Yep.
Played at the Lancaster Festival, by the way.
Did he really?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
That's a great question.
You were younger, obviously. Well, we're all younger than we were
Yeah,
last I
it's
played.
the
That's
youngest
fine.
I'll ever be is right
Yes, it is.
now.
Good call.
I wasn't there. I think it was when I was playing football as well as in
Okay.
the NFL because I was not at that one.
What was your last year in the NFL? This came up yesterday, too, in the fight. Listen.
2012.
Thank you. I thought it was 12 or 13. We had a fight about that, too, because I'm not Bobby
How
Carpenter.
could you possibly be fighting about that?
I know you're not Bobby.
How is that possibly consequential to anything that would
Bob,
be going on in your life?
I will tell you right now, it comes up more often than I care to admit.
All right.
I'm also not Bodie.
Brody works out every day.
I'm not exactly. I'm not Bodie. Bodie does it. Why can't you?
Turning 69 today, the legendary NBC anchor Katie Couric. One of my favorite all-time actors, turning 62 today. What is it? The Incredible Weight of Massive Talent, or
Who is this?
Mr. Nicolas Cage.
It is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and provide
Oh,
new
national
guards for
treasure.
future
Yes.
security. People don't talk that way anymore.
Beautiful. Huh. No idea what you said.
It means if there's something wrong, those who have the ability to take action have the responsibility to take action. I'm gonna steal it.
What?
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
All right, Bill, we get two things here, Bobby, from Bill in the chat. Says, Fillmore was Daryl President. My college roommate was his great-great-great-grandson. That's how we go
There
with
we
this
go.
thing. He
All right.
also says, memory device, it's the same year that Urban came to OSU was when you were out the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay. God, it's
That was my last year, so yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
best Nicolas Cage movie that you've seen?
I enjoy, probably because I was really young. I really like The Rock, but the National Treasures are great.
I love those movies.
Okay,
yeah.
I've never seen National Treasures. My favorite one, I like The Rock too.
Family Man is really good.
They're not
Very
necessarily
underrated.
historically accurate, but
What's the Two-Face show with Travolta?
Face Off.
Did you guys like that or not? 'Cause I've never seen
Face
that.
Off's good. Con Air's pretty good.
I liked Honeymoon in Vegas.
Yeah, his
That's a good one.
Raising Arizona, like his older
Never saw
stuff.
that. I heard it was good though.
you would
Yeah,
like it.
that one and also the what was the other one? He did another one. The Peggy Sue Got Married.
He's been making a ton
Yeah.
lately. Like
The Madden thing's gonna be fun though.
it will be. The one he did a couple years ago, it's called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. It stars Nicolas Cage as a fictionalized version of himself.
Oh, that's huge.
How about that?
I remember seeing that. Or I haven't watched the
Yeah,
movie,
but you
but I
remember
know
seeing
what
it come
you're
out, yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
MAGA says Con Air was his best movie.
Con Air's pretty good. The
Never
Rock
saw
is
that one.
really
I love
good.
The
though.
Rock. I can watch The Rock anytime. I
It's
pick
got
it up.
Connery in it too. Ed Harris.
Connery, Ed Harris underrated in that one. What
they're
was that laugh for?
Really good.
I just disagree.
Ed Harris-
I feel like Ed Harris is just good
think-
at anything. Isn't
Well,
he?
he's great in everything. But I'm
He's
saying,
great as a military guy. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like Ed
You're
Harris
right.
was
That's
in the
fair.
military.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's
Also, say something, damn it.
Moonstruck is classic. That's another
he's-
good one too.
he's
Moonstruck.
Live in front of the whole world.
He's in Maverick as
that's right,
He is
yeah.
the Drone Ranger, is what they
Yeah.
call him.
Gosh,
I love Ed Harris. Love
Time
Ed
is
Harris.
finished, Maverick.
He did the Jim Carrey movie too, right?
That's what I just.
I'm sorry.
referenced.
Wait, I'm saying the Jim Carrey
Truman
movie.
Show?
Yeah, Truman
Yes.
Show. I didn't see that. Was that good?
Oh, Truman Show's good.
That's
He's
an
the
amazing
director. He's the
movie.
director.
yeah, he's the guy who's like says, "Hey, say something." I saw the clip. There we go.
Turning 61 today. 5 for fighting.
15. There's never a wish better than this. When you only got 100 years to live.
Did you ever hear any of that? Did you recognize
As soon
this
as I
song?
heard that song, I was like, "Oh yeah, I know." I don't know that I know much more past that, but I definitely know that song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has a
five.
couple others that you would recognize. I don't remember what his real name was, but that was like I thought it was a group, but it's just him. And that was
It's
what he-
just him.
yeah.
Oh, okay. News to me. Breaking news.
Another great actor got some good stuff in his catalog. They refer to him as Hawkeye from the Avengers, Mr. Jeremy Renner.
Hey, you okay?
It's all our fault.
Hey, look at me. It's your fault. It's everyone's fault. Who cares?
It's not my fault.
Are you up for this? Are you?
Not my fault.
Look, I just need to know because the city is flying. Okay, look, the city is flying. We're fighting an army of robots. And I have a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense.
That's one of the great lines.
But I'm going back out there because it's my job. Okay, and I can't do my job and babysit. Doesn't matter what you did or what you were. If you go out there, you fight, and you fight to kill. Staying here, you're good. I'll send your brother to come find you, but if you step out that door, you are an Avenger.
That's one of the great lines where they make Thor does it sometimes. They make jokes. He's saying,
Yeah.
"You're flying, we're fighting robots, and
None
I've
of this
got
makes sense.
I've got a bow and arrow." None of this makes sense. He's turning 55. Another great movie. I'm sure you appreciate it. That Mr. Bostonian yourself is the town.
Oh yeah, I can't tell you what we're gonna do, but we're gonna hurt some people. Whose car we taking?
It's so great. Such a great line. That's when they go to the flower shop, isn't it?
That's when they go beat up the guys.
Oh yeah,
What is
yeah.
it? I think that we're messing with her
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
yeah, at
like
the very
that. I haven't
beginning.
seen the movie in a while, but it is a great movie.
I need to go rewatch it. My
Yeah.
father-in-law hates movies. I feel great because
Hates movies.
yeah,
Like
he
your
just
father-in-law, though.
he
That's a
just
hot
doesn't
take.
like it. It's not a hot take. It's the reality.
Okay.
Very bored by him. Two that I've recommended in like the 20 years I've been with my wife, 22 years or whatever. The Town being one of them.
Strong
He goes, "That's
choice,
not
yeah.
bad."
Not bad.
And then he also enjoyed Violent Night, which is
Violent
I haven't
Night.
seen
What's that one?
oh gosh, you need to watch it. It's a Christmas movie that's
Bob, don't say you need to watch it.
it came out probably 3 years ago. It's very entertaining, a big satire on it. But you just enjoyed like the fact that it was like kind of making fun of a lot of things,
Yeah.
a lot of profanity in it, but it's very entertaining. Like
Violent Night.
Violent Night. Not maybe
Artie. No, Art.
Caleb's watched it. AJ and I
Oh,
took our kids to go see it in theater, and I didn't realize how graphic it was. It was entertaining. They enjoyed it.
Speaking of Ben Affleck, him and Matt Damon got another one
They
coming
do,
out.
I saw
Yeah, I
that.
saw
Pretty
it,
soon.
yeah.
I'm like, you know what? If you throw those two in any sort
Do
of
it.
movie,
Yep.
I'm in. We'll definitely be checking that out.
It's not my fault though.
Born on this date, 1977, passed away about 4 years ago. Dustin Diamond, better known as Screech, off Saved by the Bell.
Pencils, erasers, vitamins, protein drink.
The hell is this?
I got everything I need.
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Oh no!
It doesn't sound like.
I forgot to kiss my lucky goldfish. Hook her up, baby. Daddy needs good luck.
I've got the
Zach
best
over
line
here
ever.
hasn't opened his up yet.
Do the honor, Screech. Make Mr. Musclehead here happy.
750.
Oh, way to go, Preppy.
In math. 752 in verbal? Total score of 1,502. Wow, Zach's even smarter than Doogie Howser.
I've got two things for you, Bob. First of all, the best line ever in Saved by the Bell is when Mr. Belding thought that Screech and Kelly were going to elope. Okay? And he says to Screech, Screech, you can't elope. And he said, who are you talking to, you melonhead? That was a good one. Okay, the other one, I want to tell you this too. In high school, I cheated on the PSAT.
I don't know if anybody's surprised at
listen,
that.
it's not the SAT.
I understand.
It's the pre-one that doesn't count. I cheated
for
on
like National Merit Scholar.
whatever.
Stuff,
I
it
did
doesn't
very
matter.
well on it because we had buddies and we communicated back then on how to cheat, and we cheated on it. I did very well on a that's how dumb I was that I cheated on a test that meant nothing.
Well, it
We got
does
busted
matter.
for it too.
That's even better. So you got caught. So you weren't very good at it.
No, got caught cheating on a test that doesn't matter. Yes,
That's terrific.
thank you.
Dennis Haskins, you have any idea how old he was during Saved by the Bell? Maybe when it started?
We had him on the air one time too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He would come through and go to Clipper
Cooper
stuff.
State, yeah. He'd go over to the Clipper stuff. I would say when he was on that show, he was probably 37.
I've never seen the show or anything, so I don't really know.
He's like
how to
38.
reference.
He looks significantly older.
He does, yes.
Yes.
Creepy.
What does he play on the show?
He's the principal.
He's the principal,
Okay.
Mr. Belding.
And like you would think he's like 50. He's
Yeah.
actually 38 years old.
Yeah.
Some other birthdays. Just lost his coach. I don't know. Maybe he's happy. Maybe he's sad. Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, turning 29.
It's a second down and 3. Jackson takes it himself. Look at him turn back and forth. Oh! He broke his ankles. Now he's got an entourage. And he's got a touchdown. The back. Likely in motion. He bobbles it. Scoops it in. Vacuums it home. Here comes Hubbard. Oh, he threw him away like a rag doll. And he throws in the end zone. Caught for a touchdown. Caught for a touchdown by Likely. Absolutely amazing.
Was that pretentious Eagle on that call?
That was Kevin Harlan.
Oh, it was
Kevin
Harlan. It was
Harlan.
Ian.
That was
Ians.
Yeah, Ian.
Yeah, that's not the guy.
Ian Ian.
I don't like Ian.
And then passing away on this date in 1990, the famed defensive star, Mr. Bronco Nagurski. Some holidays and observances today. It is Harlem Globetrotters Day. It is International Programmers Day. National Bobblehead Day. Thitoff for your little dancing.
My little
there.
dancing. Yep, I can do that. Yeah, that's right.
Old Rock Day and National Tempura Day. And those, your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date. Wednesday, January 7th, the 7th day of the year, 358 days remaining this 2026.
Got a number for that, Bodie? 358 now.
I got nothing
Okay,
for you on
Bobby,
that one.
is there any Bobby Carpenter bobblehead anywhere? Like, was there ever, when Ohio State did their
I've got
things?
some in my house.
Did they? Okay, they've done it like, did Ohio State?
I got some for Dallas, too.
Dallas too?
Yeah.
And you've got them.
Yeah, I don't know if they're up on display. They might be in boxes. But
Were they part of the draft?
one of them, I think, was my Dallas one. I think was a draft one.
Part of the draft, okay. His kids draft. What I'm saying, they draft like what they're going to take.
Oh,
when Bobby
no, I
passes.
think I got drafted. No,
No,
my
I know
kids
you got
don't
drafted.
care
No, I'm
about
saying, like,
that.
was it
That's
part
what I
of?
thought
Was
you
that one of the things that they were like?
No, that's not up.
That wasn't in there.
No,
So it's not part. Is there any bobbleheads of your dad?
I don't think they did bobbleheads back then.
They didn't, but I'm saying, like, if there's a classic one, I wonder if they did it though, like a.
Maybe I'd have to go look. Not to my knowledge. I've never seen them in my parents' home. So
Here's the next question then: if you go online and there's a Rob Carpenter bobblehead on eBay.
don't know if I'm putting that in my search, but sure.
Okay, let's say. Okay, I'm gonna ask you this. Great question, because I want to see if you and I will both bid the same. How high would you go in the bidding if there's a Rob Carpenter Oilers traditional jersey, Rob Carpenter bobblehead on eBay? Would you bid on it, and how high would you go?
It depends on how nice the quality is. I mean, is it some sort of exclusive collector's set? If it looks good, I mean, I don't know. I'd have to take a look at it. I'd say maybe $100.
So if I go 101, I get it.
Probably.
How about a Giants bobblehead?
Probably the same.
So I go 101 on both those.
I don't know if there's some. Yeah, I guess that sounds good to me.
Okay. Cowboys made a coaching change yesterday. Bodie's happy. We'll talk about that next. Morning Juice.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
We ask parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I mean, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad, and I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Some journeys start small, with small pause and big purpose.
Look how it'll fly, you sweet girl.
Every great partnership begins with the first step,
Bella, let's go.
guiding them through the world so one day they can guide someone through life. With shared experience, confidence grows, and the path becomes clear. It takes time, patience, and love. But the reward lasts a lifetime.
Hey, good girl, Bella.
You don't just raise a puppy. You raise a future. Become a Dogs Inc. puppy raiser. Give a dog a purpose. Give someone hope.
Learn more at dogsinc.org.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Bodie, when the news comes, anytime I get Dallas or Notre Dame news on my phone, I think of you. Whatever that means.
Wait, is that from someone in the chat or just you?
Me. Like I'm telling, whenever I get it, look, like if something comes across, Cowboys did this, Notre Dame does this, I think of Bodie is who I think of. Not Cousin Rob anymore, and certainly not Steve Kerr, but I think of Bodie. Maybe Patrick.
Cousin Eddie.
Cousin Eddie. Look, Cousin Rob, he's Cousin Rob. He's legitimately my cousin who's a Notre Dame fan.
Broccoli,
nice, Clark.
Broccoli Rob.
No, just tell us Broccoli Rob. That's fine. We can do that.
Boner champ?
Eberflus getting fired. You saw that coming. You're excited about that, right?
Saw that coming. That was like...
it had to happen.
It had to happen.
It had to happen, yeah. I got home yesterday, finished up breakfast, went to lay down for a nap, saw that pop up on the phone, shed a few tears.
No, you didn't.
I think, tears of joy.
Yes. Okay, there we go. Yes.
Flipped on the fan down there in the DFW to
there you go.
See what the vibe was like, and people were pretty happy about it. I think the thing that probably made me most happy is one of the guys on their morning show down there who's pretty plugged in.
Who's that?
Bobby Belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
BB.
So he was saying, so I'm taking him at his word, that he feels like this happening so quickly after the season and the timing of it and whatnot really seems to indicate that this was Shoddy's choice.
Right.
And he'll have the choice to make the next hire, which is probably
a good thing.
Do it.
Like, and I don't even think, like, I understand on the surface the Eberflus hire. I think it made a lot of sense. He had been there before, so he kind of knows how Dallas works, for better or worse. Previous head coach. I know he wasn't successful in Chicago, but, like, you know, just because you're not a great head coach doesn't mean you can't be a good coordinator. And, like, Shoddy being a first-time head coach, I was cool with that. But obviously, it did not work out in any way, shape, or form. And so I'm a fan of Shoddy potentially getting to make the next hire, you know, not solely by himself, but leading the charge. Who's that going to be? I don't know.
I'm going to ask Bob a question now.
Okay.
That's fine. I know it got a lot of traction yesterday.
Okay.
The amount of people online, they're like, has Matt Patricia been offered a contract? No, not offered. Presented? I don't know the term.
Answers.
Well, like the terminology.
It really took off that much?
Oh, dude, the people in there are crazy.
Did it really?
Like, we need to keep him. Like, I'm not against you in this. Like, I'm not saying that we don't need to keep him, but what? Oh, who was this guy? One of the guys
It
on
was
here.
Steve Kerr.
It wasn't Steve Kerr.
Patrick
He's an
Oakley.
Ohio State fan, and I'm like trying to figure out. I'm going through all my
Buckeye
mentions.
Frank?
There's a lot in
Buckeye
here.
Steve's a Buckeye guy, sure.
A lot in here.
Okay.
Hold on.
Bob, I have a very serious question to ask you. And I don't care if you lie. I'm not saying you will, but I don't care if you do. If Matt Patricia is offered the Cowboys job as DC.
You're saying that he hasn't been.
Okay. Maybe he has. Okay. Oh.
I'm not saying that he has.
No, I know
I'm
you
just
haven't.
saying-
You're not saying he hasn't, though. Okay, Bob. But if Matt Patricia says to you, should I take the Cowboys DC job or stay at Ohio State? Would you have an opinion either way? Let's say the money's equal. Okay? Whatever Dallas offers, Ohio State says we'll match.
I don't
Would
know
you?
if that's a realistic possibility, though. I think as wealthy as Ohio State is, Jerry might be richer.
Okay. But would you, if you were advising Matt Patricia, would you say?
Listen, Matt.
No, don't do imitations now.
Hey.
No, don't.
Coach the Dallas Cowboys with me.
The
I'll
DC.
get you a cameo in Landman.
It's our last
Get
ride,
you a
Matt.
Okay.
cameo in Landman.
The
It'll
Lord
be.
came
What's
to
a
me
better job?
recently. He said, I ain't got much time left.
I think Ohio State's a better job. You think differently?
It's a better job because you view it as a better job.
I do, because it serves me.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Hey, if Ohio State's good, we're in good shape here at the station. If Ohio State sucks, we're not as good here at the station. And by the way, I'm lower man on the totem pole. So I'm saying, if Matt Patricia says to you, Bob, the Cowboys offer me the same amount of money I'm making at Ohio State, I can be the DC for them or stay here for another year. Do
Okay,
you
so
have
here's
an
the thing.
opinion?
Like, if you staying here for another year is probably like implying I want to stay here multiple years.
Okay.
Just with kind of where, I mean, I look at this kind of how I would value it. I mean, Matt is a guy I think of similar value and more like he cares a lot about his family. Not all coaches do. I mean, I say that.
Wait, he means not coaches with young kids. It's different.
Yeah. I
Right?
mean,
Coaches with young kids different than coaches with adult kids. Chip Kelly's different than Matt Patricia.
Chip Kelly doesn't have kids.
That's
so-
what I mean. It's like a different thing,
Well,
right?
okay.
No, I'm saying like that means Chip Kelly's about a
coach
family.
with young
It's
kids,
just
coach with older kids, like or coaches with no kids. Like,
that's different.
I mean, that's
that he knows of. But go ahead.
But I think that he values like stability in his family. Like he was in New England for a long time.
Right.
Those guys had a great.
Is that where he's from?
He's a northeastern guy, and his wife's from up there. And this obviously isn't that. Dallas isn't that. There were some drawbacks. Like coaching for Bill Belichick isn't always the easiest thing as far as family time and constraints.
Sure.
However, when you're off in the NFL, you're off.
Okay.
Whereas in college,
Yeah, you mentioned yesterday.
like you are always
Season ends. He's at his desk for 3 days.
Now they're reworking. They're looking now at reworking this calendar, which makes a lot of sense because everybody's like, we have 3 college football games left that are the 3 most premier games, and everybody's just simply talking about who's in the portal, who's there, coaches not coaching. Like
the Oregon running back just left the team.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
I saw he entered the portal. I thought, if I read it correctly, he's done.
Yes.
Who was it?
With, I think it was Jaden Lamar.
Yeah.
Okay, good. As
I'm
long as
getting
it's
the
not
name
my
right.
contest I'm in. That's fine.
He's like, they're 2 games away from winning the title. But yeah, sorry, Bob, continue.
And so, like, that's a fairly significant problem that they're trying to figure out. Oh, the question is, this guy on Twitter, official Ohio State DG. I'm not trying to give him any more props here, but has he been presented a new contract yet? I go, I don't think they walk over and like hand you a piece of paper. Like, what do you mean presented? What does that mean? Like, have conversations been had? Like, are they like the contract doesn't get presented to you, so you're basically about ready to sign it, and it's probably a DocuSign that comes over and you click yes or no, and it's whatever. You click yes, you sign it, and you're good. I go, the conversations have been had, I'm sure, and I'm fairly confident in this, of the whole, everything surrounding the contract, years, financial implications, all of those things. I feel pretty good in that. And I feel very confident that Ohio State is doing the best they can to keep him.
To keep Matt Patricia.
Yes. Like doing the very best they can. And I don't think that Matt Patricia particularly wants to leave. Now, if he's offered a head job in the NFL, that might be a little different. I think his family likes it here. I think there is concern like, hey, just based upon some of the stuff that's happened with Ryan, what is the level of harassment that goes on?
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
Like, I don't know if the coordinators get that as much. And you're pretty beloved here. People really think a lot of you, it's going to take a little bit of time before you fall out of that type of bad graces where anything like that would be, you would ever be
you
viewed
wouldn't get
as
the Ryan Day thing.
Would be viewed as the problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that all those things work in conjunction, that he wants to stay. I know that he's got relationships with guys in the NFL. And one of the Brian Schottenheimer being one of them, I did not know he was that close to Schotty, and I said that was concerning to me. And I said, I love Schotty, and I want to see him be successful too. But I enjoy Ryan being successful. I love Matt being here. I just enjoy being around him, and I think he's a hell of a football coach and a great man, and a great dad, great husband. Like all those things, I just enjoy being around him and the way he handles everything. But I know Ohio State's doing the best that they can to try and keep him.
Let's do it this way. Would you be surprised if next year Matt Patricia's the DC for the Cowboys?
I wouldn't be shocked.
Okay.
Like if I would be disappointed.
Sure.
I don't know if that's the favorite, but I don't think it's like 100-1 odds here, Seabiscuit.
If I give you a choice then, Cowboys/Buckeyes DC or something else, which way would you lean?
I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know a lot about all the other jobs that he's...
Like, it feels like the Cowboys would be... The Cowboys organization, that's a great job.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
I
fantastic...
think there's some other really good jobs out there, too.
On that level, you think?
That maybe we don't know.
Okay.
And if he's close with somebody...
Yes.
Like,
that's
just
why I'm thinking of the
insert
shot.
name here. Like, if he's close with somebody who gets the Browns job, or, whatever,
like
the Giants
if Brian
job.
Flores gets a job.
Right.
Brian Flores and him coached together for a long time. I think they have a pretty good relationship. I'm not positive as to, like, would that be someone he would absolutely want to work with? But, like, you just make those connections. And also is an area that you want to live in a generally stable organization.
And you've got younger kids. We got Chip Kelly, no kids.
Yeah, but do you want to go someplace where you might be fired in a year?
God, if I had no kids, I'd live in Vegas.
I mean, how long was Matt Eberflus at Dallas for? 1 year.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
This is 4 and 4 years for them now, right? This will be they're hiring their fourth one in 4 years. Fourth DC
I think you're right
in 4
on
years.
that. Yeah, Dan Quinn, he left and got the Washington job.
4 and 4 years they got is what's coming up here. This will be their fourth one in 4 years at Dallas.
Who was before?
Eberflus.
Yeah, there you go. And so that's rough. And like that's the reality in the NFL. And so in college, like you can stay here if you're compensated well. You've got the resources. You've got the talent. You like who you work with. You like living here. And a lot of those things I think are ifs, more and even more than ifs, yeses. But that doesn't mean that there's not something that could ultimately sway that.
I think he likes doing the practice show with you and I for like 15 minutes there on that one day. I think that's also should play.
He's the
this.
best, man. Like,
He's really good.
and I told him,
Look,
selfishly, as a guy, I always want you here, but I mean, I wouldn't mind coaching with him. Probably. Like, there's a couple of handful of guys that I would like to work for and work with. Like, he would be one of those guys.
You got to play the breaking news thing because Bobby just now accepted the linebackers coach job with the Cowboys.
He's just a good man, like he's smart. Like
Bobby,
listen, I'm not saying that every guy isn't smart as coaching football, but there are some guys that might not be as smart as others.
Bob, he doesn't know this. You can tell him. You can text him right now if you want to. But when we talked to him at practice last year in August, into July, beginning of August, what it was we did it. It was I can't say the word I want to say. No, I was going to say something different. It was a total mind bender for me because he was completely different than what I expected based on seeing him as Bluto on the sidelines in Detroit with a pencil. Like, I thought this guy is gruff. He's probably... and
he came off as like Belichick-like, right?
He could not have been more engaging.
Grumpy.
Yes.
Mean. Don't want to talk to him.
Couldn't have been nicer.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what people don't fully understand. It's amazing now that everybody's like... I mentioned him, having opportunities to go other places. People are like, don't push him out the door. I'm like, go back and look 10 months ago, dude.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I was the person that sat there and told you everybody he was going to be good. I don't know. Look at him in Detroit.
Right.
This thing. I go, buddy, the guy's one of the smartest guys I've been around. He's a good dude.
A terrible OC.
Maybe I wouldn't hire him as the offensive coordinator.
Not a great OC.
I did see something yesterday that it was like, okay, Patricia to Dallas, 12th pick, Caleb Downs, 20th pick, Sonny Styles.
Yes!
I was like, where do I sign up for that?
You would, wouldn't you, as a Cowboys fan?
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? They would immediately be the best two players in the secondary and at the linebacker position.
Tito and Bobby want Patricia to stay here. Bodie Wells.
I just want a good
who also wants Marcus Freeman to coach Al-Qaeda.
It doesn't have to be Patricia.
That's fine. No, you
just not Matt Eberflus. That's kind of a win for me.
Coming up next, Quick Hitters, Morning Juice.
Hey, everybody. This is Jeremy Birmingham Berm from the Austin and Berm Show on 97.1 The Fan. I wanted to give you guys a little update on my Awaken 180 weight loss journey. I started this plan a little bit before the new year started, and not because I'm extra disciplined or heroic or anything like that. I just got tired of waiting for the perfect time to make a change with my own life. And now here we are, second week of January, and I'm already down more than 20 pounds. 20. While most people are still figuring out if they're actually going to start their resolution, I've got 3 weeks of progress quite literally under my belt. But here's the thing. It's not too late for you either. You could start today and still be down 20 pounds by the end of January with results like mine. That is what happens when you have a real plan. Awaken 180 gives you structure, coaching, and actual support, not just motivation that fades by week 2. So if weight loss is your goal and you haven't started yet or have already given up, there's no judgment here. Just don't wait another week, because a few weeks from now, you could be saying what I'm saying. This is already working. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
You know what hope is? Hope is action. Carving a path forward, even when it's hard.
And kids who still know how to dream. They're the best pathfinders of all.
So at Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide to grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and so all those good things can come true for them, safe.
And that means safe at home, safe at school, and safe online.
Hope means walking this path together, all of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
To learn how Child Fund works with children in 23 countries to help them achieve their full potential, visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
Bobby Carpenter, husband, father, Buckeye. Jeff Thitoff, husband, father, idiot. This is Morning Juice.
By the way, Bodie, yesterday I did go back and watch some of our show. So we're on the camera all the time.
Yeah.
So commercial breaks, we're still on the camera usually.
Yeah, it's kind of the traffic cam, or tower cam, I guess I should call it, that like shows the city.
It's about as good as Eberflus's defense.
Yeah,
Okay, but
it's a little hit or miss.
But should we be doing this?
Nah, I
because
think
we
we're
say
good.
some things, and if people can read lips, They will know what we
have to
said.
be extremely strong lip readers to pull that off.
I'm just saying, like, we say some stuff off the air.
We do say some stuff.
We do. That I don't know is for public consumption. So I think we should start doing the like the clipboard over the mouth. Yes, the clipboard thing.
Paper.
Do that. I think we have to start doing that. At least you and I don't know, Bob.
Bobby just said Marcus Freeman will be the defensive coordinator.
He did say that. He said that. He said Matt Patricia's going to Michigan. That's another thing I thought was weird for him to say it, Bobby, but whatever. We'll do that. Let's do quick hitters.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Hey!
All right, guys. Happy Wednesday. I don't know if we want to get into it next segment or not. Carnell Tate, you want me to hold on that?
Do it now. We're going to do next time. We're going to do Harbaugh.
Carnell Tate had a very strong year for the Buckeyes heading to the NFL draft. Ohio State Bobby has had a receiver selected in the first round the last 4 years. I'm going to go ahead and bank on it and assume that's going to be 5.
I would imagine so, too. And people, they were talking Mylan Graham's in the portal.
Wow.
Quincy Porter's in the portal.
On that one
Quincy Porter's in the portal. And the Carnell Tate left. People were like, this is what happens when Heartline leaves. I was like, Carnell Tate was leaving regardless.
Yeah. He
was you can't lump this in. I mean, I told him congrats, going into after the Michigan game, this is it. Knowing that this is your final run, man.
Your final home game. Yes.
So that being a piece of it, he's going to be, I wouldn't be surprised if he's the first receiver taken. I mean, he's going to be top 3.
He'll be in the thick of it. Go ahead, Bob. Keep going. I saw
he'll be a top
ESPN
three receiver for sure.
Yeah, I think he'll be the first or second receiver taken. There's a kid from USC. There's a kid from Arizona State.
Yeah.
Or Arizona,
he might be first. Yeah, Arizona State.
Okay, but I'm saying he'll be a top 3. You're right on that, Bob. He will be. And what we've seen so far from Ohio State receivers, I mean, JSN just had a fantastic year.
Yeah.
Harrison has got it. It's more
coaching
and quarterback.
Far, he also has a little Smurf at quarterback trying to give him
What
the
about
ball.
Jacoby Brissett?
A Smurf at quarterback, Bob? He's smaller. What am I call him, a Smurf?
Well, you've never sat in a defensive meeting before. You're gonna let this Smurf throw the ball on us? Get your hands up. Cover the passing lanes.
He's not blue. That's fine. Yes, Harrison would benefit from a new quarterback there, and obviously a new head coach coming in. But yes, Carnell Tate, though, Ohio State, look.
I call him Slim Tatey.
That's even better. Smurf. There's your poll question, Bodie. What is Kyler Murray? Smurf or Slim Tatey?
Slim Tatey is Carnell Tate.
I know, but he's not. I'm saying, but what's a better nickname, though? Is Kyler Murray, is calling him a Smurf disrespectful?
What about Ice Tray?
Ice Tray's a really good one. I love that one.
So ESPN's latest mock draft from Jordan Reed, and this was just from yesterday morning, had Carnell Tate as the first receiver off the board to the New York Football Giants. They had the Browns taking Jordan Tyson, the wide receiver at Arizona State.
He's good.
And then, Jeremiah Love, number 8 overall. Caleb Downs to the Browns, to the Bengals at number 10. And then, Sonny Styles to the Cowboys at 12. Now I'm just reading everything. But
you're excited.
With the 13th pick, then they had Mekhi Lemon, the Southern California wide receiver, going to the Rams at number 13 overall. So I think those are probably your top 3 receivers there. Still got a ways to go, obviously, but seems like those will be the top 3 off the board in some order in the top half of the draft. Speaking of that mock draft coming up here, following the close of the regular season here, we now have the draft order set for the non-playoff teams. We had 4 teams finish with the worst record in the league this year, 4-13. But given tiebreakers and whatnot, the Raiders will own this spring's top pick. Vegas is followed by the Jets, Cardinals, and Titans at 1 through 4. In his latest mock draft, Todd McShay has those Jets, selecting Oregon quarterback Dante Moore, but he has not been, Todd McShay, has not been making too many friends in the New York area, though, because on his podcast, when talking about said mock draft, he said, quote, "We can live with him," that'd be Oregon's quarterback Dante Moore, "going to 30 of the 32 teams, maybe even 31, but we cannot allow him to go to the New York Jets. I promise you, not one single player in this entire draft, unless they grew up a Jets fan or have some kind of family tie, wants to be a New York Jet." Tito, that is some pretty strong words. I know the Jets haven't been good for a hot while here, but nevertheless, still the opportunity to get to be the second overall pick and play in the NFL. It's playing in the NFL, man. You can't always. Eli Manning's the exception to the rule there on that.
I looked at it, Bob. I heard somebody else say, I can't remember what I was listening to yesterday, but they said, would a representative for Dante, because now these guys have agents. Even though he's still in college, Dante Moore's got a representation. Would he go to the Raiders and say, look, will you take him? And the Raiders say, no, we're Mendoza. And then Dante says, I'm staying in school one more year.
I don't think that's outside the realm of possibility.
But he should, right? Like,
I'm not saying he should, but it depends. Like, the Jets historically haven't been able to develop quarterbacks. I mean, Chad Pennington was the last guy I would say that they drafted that had like a long.
Mark.
He took him to 2 AFC championships. Hey, listen.
I've got a question for you.
He's got the edge.
I've got a question for you, Bob. Eli Manning famously said to the Chargers,
I know.
Thanks.
Don't draft me.
Thanks. The irony is that actually worked out for everybody.
It did.
Because they took Phillip Rivers and he never won a Super Bowl, but he was hardly not. Yeah. He was hardly bad.
Who won that trade?
I mean, the Giants got 2 Super Bowls out of it.
They did?
But the Chargers had, a guy for a decade plus that was really good.
Here's my next question.
Ironically, they benched Drew Brees and shipped him out for Phillip Rivers.
You remember Peyton Manning got drafted by the Colts ahead of Ryan Leaf, right?
Yep.
If the Colts take Ryan Leaf, do Archie and Peyton say to the Chargers, also, don't draft me?
I don't know about that. Maybe.
Okay, so Eli was a few years later, but like they said to the Chargers, we know your history.
Yeah.
Don't draft Eli. He's not going to play here. Would they have done the same thing about Peyton? I'm trying to think of what happened in the time from Peyton was drafted to Eli drafted. Did anything change with the Chargers?
It's really more their organizational structure, I think, is what they were referring to.
So you're saying a few years later is different?
Yeah.
So Peyton would have been fine, maybe, and Arch fine with him going to.
Yeah, they were coming out. The Chargers were in the Super Bowl in '95.
Right.
So Peyton would have been a lot closer to that than Eli.
That's one of the great what ifs for me is if they would have done the same thing. If the Colts would have said, we want Ryan Leaf, and would Peyton and Archie Manning have said, don't draft us in San Diego ahead of the Eli thing?
Here's all I got to know. Jim Irsay, great dude.
All right,
handful of problems. You said I'd rather play for him, his organization, than yours.
Oh, I think that's the thing, too, with this. Is like, is anybody dying to play for the Raiders?
No.
The thing is like, okay, so Dante Moore
But Tom Brady's there, and I feel like they're trying, and there's probably a greater degree of stability.
Okay.
And he's maybe a West Coast guy. I don't know.
And I think the thing with Dante Moore, so it's like, okay, you go back to school, and 12 months from now, guess who's going to have a top five pick?
We got another one.
Yeah, it's going to be.
We're back.
If you keep asking her out, eventually she's got to say yes. And who knows? Maybe there's another team in there. Maybe I don't even know who to throw out. But maybe there's a team that has a good quarterback that gets hurt or gets older or something. Maybe Pittsburgh, they fall apart next year, and you're like, well, yeah, I'd rather go there than the Jets or something. But more often than not, there's going to be bad teams with bad leadership picking at the top of the draft.
I can think of 2 instances where a quarterback went to a really good situation. One is Mahomes to Kansas City.
Yeah.
They were coming off a playoff year.
They also drafted him the teens,
10th.
too.
It was 10th. He was 10th, I think, right?
But they traded up from 27 to 10.
Yeah. And then also the Dolphins with Marino. Other than that, quarterbacks go to bad situations.
And a lot of times it's on the quarterback to make it a good situation.
Sure.
I don't think anybody was like, man, the Bengals, look at them.
Right.
But Burrow went there and he
I don't know. Caleb Williams got lucky because
year 2.
Well, he got drafted and they got rid of Fields. Fields had played them pretty.
They were good. They were good. Okay.
And it was the Raider whose pick was
Carolina
pick that gave him that number 1 overall pick.
But it's like I
Trey Lance went to a pretty good situation.
Yeah, that one didn't work out.
It didn't work out so well.
But it was a good situation.
Kyle Shanahan makes
this past weekend.
Water into wine with every quarterback except for Trey Lance, I guess. But as far as even Carolina goes, I remember everybody being like, "Oh God, poor C.J. Stroud to the Texans," and D'Amico Ryans has done a nice job there. C.J. has obviously been a big part of their turnaround the last few years.
Right.
It's some luck, but it's also on the player, too, to go in there and say, yeah, I know this franchise has sucked for however long, but I'm going to go in there and fix it.
Coming up next, Bobby tried to kill the Ravens coach. He said RIP, but he's still around. He's just not with the Ravens. We'll talk about him next. Morning Juice.
Wounded Warrior Project helps post 9/11 veterans and their families realize what's possible. With support and resources that bring warriors together and empower them to become stronger, both inside and out.
It's possible to begin healing, to get the help you need,
to find peace. And as each warrior's needs evolve, so do we. Because these last 20 years are just the beginning. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
It's been a real journey since 2014 when I first had my injury. I realized that my home was just not working for me and that it was time to ask for help. Homes for Our Troops is really giving me my life back. The shower allows me to go in and turn around with my chair, pull down storage racks, automated door systems, hours of my morning given back to me. Adaptive sports are a huge part of my life, a huge part of my healing journey as well. Homes for Our Troops helped with making sure that I had a home gym so that I can continue to train. This past year, I was able to host Thanksgiving in my home. And it was the first time I was able to have my whole family in one place and I was able to contribute to the meal. There are a lot more veterans in need and Homes for Our Troops is going to be there to help them too.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Hey Max, you look absolutely dashing in that purple tie. Ready to harness the world?
You bet, Daisy. I'm ready as I'll ever be. And might I say, your purple tie really pops with your vest.
Thanks. I almost went with a cape, but didn't want to come across as pretentious.
Nonsense. Anyone in our line of work should rock a cape.
You might be onto something, Max.
Phew, so here we go. First day on the job. You've got this, right?
Right. Don't forget, we both graduated from Dogs Inc. with honors.
Which means I can guide my human around a busy city with ease.
And I can give my human a restful night.
I hope my human is kind and loving.
And I hope mine likes wet kisses and zoomies.
Ready to make a difference?
Born ready. Let's go.
Discover how extraordinary dogs like Daisy and Max change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
The best words to hear at the TSA security checkpoint? You're good to go. All it takes is a little preparation. Get to the airport early, bring a carry-on bag that fits in the overhead, and have an acceptable ID. Not all state-issued IDs will cut it. Check out tsa.gov/ID and see which TSA acceptable IDs make the grade, like a real ID or passport.
Before you jet, do a little prep, and you're good to go. Check out tsa.gov/ID or the MyTSA app.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
So I listened to a lot of different radio during the day. And Bodie, I've got to give you credit. Yesterday, you asked Bobby, is the way college football and college sports is going, is it sustainable? With all the salaries, the caps, the money they're putting out there. You literally said to Bobby, is it sustainable? And you guys had a conversation about it. It was great. I heard that a couple hours later on a national radio show. Someone said the same thing. Is it sustainable? So I think they stole it from us.
It's a really logical explanation there, I'd say.
That's the way I look at it, Bodie. We talked yesterday about the Browns, Bengals situations, Tomlin and Harbaugh. And we talked about would John Harbaugh be fired or let go or part ways with the Ravens, and now it's happened. He is parting ways. I have said, Bobby, yesterday I said that, hey, whatever
That's
he
what
wants.
Horses eat.
Certain horses. Tune in for that tomorrow with your highness.
Are we doing NFL picks tomorrow or just having him on just for the fun of life?
I don't know. It's too early to ask that question.
Okay,
We'll
fair
figure it out around 3 o'clock today. But the Browns, Bob, they should. If Harbaugh says, I want this, the Browns should say, okay. Correct?
Yeah, if they're going to give him control and opportunity, like, I don't know, does he want that job?
He might not, but I'm saying if he says, I want this to be the Browns coach, they should say, okay.
If you give him control, then I think he's a really good coach. I don't know if anybody's like above reproach of just give me whatever I want, but
the Browns did with Watson.
I said any coach.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm saying, okay, that's fine.
And if you're going to value his opinion on things, and I think Kevin Stefanski was probably on board with Watson. I would really love to have heard the conversation between those two and Andrew Berry and then also Haslam of like, we're going to do this. What do you like? What do you don't like? And it's interesting.
The massages thing I don't like.
Just talking to coaches like who have been, coordinators or head coaches in the NFL. And their conversations, especially when you're looking at bringing in like a franchise guy, like a quarterback, whether it's a draft, usually it's drafting.
Right.
And especially when it's, you might have a position where you have multiple choices and like you start ranking your guys and asking, and then, well, this guy likes this guy likes that guy. Well, the owner likes them. And then you kind of morph to kind of what the owner wants and you talk yourself into it basically.
Yeah.
And you kind of overstate maybe their strengths and kind of undersell their weaknesses. Like, we can work through that. We can figure this out. And that's the one thing that is always interesting. So, like, would John Harbaugh be able to come in and turn around the Browns? Maybe. I think that schematically, he would need a really strong coordinator because, like, he's not that I don't think he's the biggest scheme guy in the world, but he is a big culture guy. And I think he could help build that team into a solid squad, but he would need the players, and then he would also need the coordinators to be able to do it. And he does have a pretty deep bench, I think, of people he knows, given that he's been in the league so long. His brother was in the league, and they've been around it for so many years. He's 62, 63, I think.
I think he's 63, maybe 64. It'll be 64 when the season starts. I think he might be 63.
Okay.
Now, yes.
And so you're thinking, hey, can we get – he looks good. I saw him squatting 400 pounds, for heaven's sake. Yeah, so he's got a sturdy base.
Deep squat?
Oh, it was good. I don't know if it's quite that, but he was close to 90.
Parallel, okay.
Close enough for me to count it as a rep.
Yeah.
All right. The angle of the camera wasn't great.
Okay.
So I don't know if you could have set like a cup on there, but it was good. But he's strong. He's in good health. Like, he looks like he's in good shape. Could he give you 5 years? Probably. And like, would that be enough to maybe get you pointing in the right direction? Hopefully. And I think Kevin Stefanski's done a lot there. With what they've had, when you swing and miss like you do on Deshaun Watson, like, I can only put so much of that on the coach at the end of the day. Now, there's been some things that questionable decisions and stuff in game, but I think Kevin Stefanski largely did a pretty good job. That's why he's going to get another job this hiring cycle, I think, if he wants one.
Sure.
But I think John Harbaugh would be I think he'd be a good hire there. I don't know about just opening the checkbook. I'm going to pay you $20 million a year, but I think that he said, hey, I want to be one of the higher paid coaches in the NFL. We're willing to do that.
I think Reed's $20 million a year, right? Andy Reid might be $20 million a year.
Yeah, well, he also helps run a lot of the personnel stuff.
I'm saying, but like, I think that's the highest
well,
one.
None of that's publicly, because they don't have like a CBA. Like, the players, you have to make that public. So the coaches, there's different things. There's ways they shield it. Like, the owners also, they all claim they want to restrain, like, Khalid is talking to people that I know, like how they want to try to keep their salaries down. But there's no loyalty among thieves. So then they also will like find creative ways to pay this where guys like don't really know. And there's a whole deal of stuff that's going on.
Yesterday, Bob, we had a very spirited discussion about Matt Patricia and who would replace him that took off where people were like asking, did Matt Patricia, is he leaving? They looked at the Instagram thing.
The quote, cryptic tweet.
Right, the cryptic thing. Yes,
but that's Matt's not like a cryptic guy. He's just like, literally, thank you for embracing my family. We had a great year here.
Yes, he didn't say we're done. And he's walking towards the camera, not away. Big difference, Bob. We got to look into that. Now,
his whole family in there.
Right. So we have the conversation.
He didn't say thanks for the ride, Buckeye.
Right. He did not say it. But we had the conversation here as a hypothetical thing that then became topics for other people to use. Now, I heard Mike Tannenbaum yesterday on the Dan Patrick Show. I list all of our shows. I also listen to other shows as well. I've got plenty of downtime. Ask my wife. Nonetheless, and he threw out the idea of Curt Cignetti and Mendoza as a package deal to the Raiders. Now, then CBS Sports picked up on it and did a story on it. Somebody, I don't know who it was, put an article about, is it possible?
I've heard worse ideas.
Okay, that's what I'm asking you now. Because I remember there was talk, when Leinart came out.
People are talking?
Yes, people are talking.
Talking about people.
Leinart and Pete Carroll, package deal, whatever. Caleb Williams, Lincoln Riley, package deal. Doesn't make sense.
Matt Patricia,
Caleb Downs, because Bodie wants it to happen. Bobby's endorsing it. Bobby, Cignetti Mendoza, would that work in Vegas?
I think Curt Cignetti could coach in the NFL.
You do?
I think Mendoza is a very accurate quarterback. Like I said, I haven't gone through and evaluated him on just his play.
Right.
But I think he has a lot of what it takes to be an NFL guy. I'll have to go look and compare him to Dante Moore and other guys and see what it looks like coming out. But I think that he would be in that conversation. And I've heard worse package deals in the world.
Okay, when you say worse, okay, was Riley Caleb Williams a worse deal to Chicago? Is that a worse deal than Cignetti Mendoza in Vegas?
I don't think so. I mean, a worse deal. I don't know if Lincoln would have been a good part of that deal.
Yeah.
Caleb looks like he's been an all right part. Like the Pete Carroll, Matt Leinart pair, who's dragging who's the ballast in that situation? Who's the anchor?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Was it I know Cignetti's won everywhere. I get it.
Google me.
Google him, yes. He's won everywhere he's been. But the leap from Indiana to the NFL, to me,
why?
Seems like a bigger leap than James Madison to Indiana.
Why?
Because of expectations, I guess.
Expectations.
Okay.
Great expectations.
Great expectations. Thank you. Going to the NFL, being one of 32, is different than going to Indiana being one of 130, 136, whatever the number is.
How many people really care about Vegas Raiders football in Las Vegas?
They're one of 32, Bob.
They are one of 32, but I'm telling you, this isn't New York. I'm not worried about the expectations of all that. I think he is a very good schematic ball coach. I think he runs a good program.
Uh-huh.
Players are well coached. They're disciplined. They execute. He has a good scheme. I don't know why he wouldn't be able to do it in the NFL if that's what he wants to do.
Well, and I would ask you then, Bob.
You got to get him players.
Why did so many other college coaches not pan out? Urban. Saban was mediocre. Spurrier was bad.
Saban's issue was they didn't have a quarterback.
Right. They should have taken Breeze. They took up Culpepper. It failed.
Yeah. That was their training. That was their training staff. That wouldn't clear Breeze.
Right. Okay, but
Urban,
what was Urban, Spurrier.
It was his first year. I'm not saying that they wouldn't have been bad, but they had completely tore down everything and that he wouldn't have gotten better.
Do you think Urban, if he was given 5 years?
The way he runs things, I don't know if that flies in the NFL. Now, college coaches is different. You have free agency every year. You've had to morph and change a lot. But you start talking about some of those guys, some of them are more CEO coaches, some of them are scheme guys.
Right.
Some scheme things translate to the NFL, others don't. I would have to look at each guy. We could talk about each specific situation. I mean, I don't know that anybody was going to be successful in Washington with Dan Snyder there and kind of how they were running it. And plus, Steve Spurrier would come in, just his whole approach. He wasn't a grinder.
Ball coach.
He would come in, and I know guys who had played for him there, quarterbacks. He would come in that year, and he would just toss a packet of paper, 7 or 8 pieces of paper on the in a little packet on the desk. This is our game plan this week.
Here's the syllabus, boys.
Here's the syllabus, and it would be a handful of plays each page. And this is it. This is not a coherent plan and scheme, and what about situations, all these different things. And people would run blitzes and be well, we'll just beat it with the throw over here, beat it with this. He's our guys, in Florida, he had guys that you could just spread out and put in an island and boom.
Better players.
You throw it on a swing pass, the defensive end's not going to be able to catch him in the blitz, in the coverage. In the NFL, those guys can. Sure. So you've got to have, answers for everything, and it's not as easy. And that was his thing. Urban, I think maybe ultimately, if he could have kept his say emotions, but like if he would have been able to manage his psychotic
Off the
nature of
field
how
stuff.
he, not even off the field, like just
Okay.
how he handled people, I think that he could have been good. He just had to like take it from 100 down to 80 in his dealings with people. You can still be like relentless with things, but just how you talk and handle people.
So if he has
Like Lou Holtz, I don't think Lou Holtz was ever an NFL coach.
no,
Pete Carroll, I didn't know if his like hype thing would work in the NFL, but his energy, I think people bought into it. They believed in it. He brought coaches in around him. He had good scheme guys. You look at the guys that he's coached, especially on the defensive side that have gone on to be head coaches. He had good scheme guys with him. They drafted well. And he knew guys. That's the other thing that Pete did. He drafted really well. That's like Jimmy Johnson. He drafted really well because he had innate knowledge of the guys that were in college because he recruited a lot of them out of high school, played against them, and he knew, like, hey, this guy's really good. This guy may be overrated. This guy's underrated.
And I would say with Cignetti, one of his biggest strengths so
talent.
far is like it's not like Indiana's just rolling in 5-star talent.
Right.
They have zero.
They're not, the worst talent, the least talented team out there, but it's like he's obviously proven that he can take what you give him and get the best out of him, which I would think would translate somewhat to the NFL. There's obviously a million factors in why guys are and aren't successful, but
if I gave Cignetti 5 years with the Raiders and gave Urban at the time 5 years with the Jags, Cignetti's the better, the more successful, I should say.
I would think so. I can't tell you for certain. That's a hypothetical, but I would imagine.
No, the hypothetical is great this time of year, January. Ryan Day, could he take what he's done, Bob, at Ohio State as a culture, drop it into an NFL team, and be very
I think Ryan
successful?
I think Ryan would be a good NFL coach. He handles people really well, and he's great on scheme.
Okay.
That would be my biggest thing, yeah. I was trying to look up really quick, and he's obviously had way more success than this guy did in college. But to me, at a minimum, if Cliff Kingsbury, he did a okay job in Arizona. It wasn't great, but he was obviously a very good offensive mind.
Right.
That to me would be like Ryan Day's floor. At the very least, he could go somewhere, get the most out of his quarterback, the most out of the offense, and be called a 500 coach.
Yeah, because like history for me, I look
so
at
much of it is you getting the right signal caller. You got to have the right quarterback.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then I don't care who else you have.
Yeah, like I look at it, and I'm going back, Bob. The Lou Holtz thing, you brought it up. Lou Holtz didn't even last one full season with the Jets, and then goes back to college. Switzer was not a Switzer coach Jimmy Johnson's guy.
You can argue and you can argue like Pete Carroll, his first round with the Patriots wasn't very good.
True, yeah. Patriots and Jets both, he did not do great there. And then goes back to college, then comes back and does great with Seattle. Bud Wilkinson. I know, I'm getting old here. That's fine. Bud Wilkinson, famous Oklahoma coach. I think he coached them during their 47-game winning streak, if I'm not mistaken. And then goes to the Cardinals and flames out after a couple years. You see that too often. But I wonder about this Ryan Day because, and I'm not trying to push, I know we've already pushed Matt Patricia because Bodie wants him in Dallas, but we pushed him out the door. I'm not pushing Ryan Day out. But I often wonder, though, Bob, if Ryan Day, if he would be Pete Carroll in the NFL. You know what I mean? Like, because he seems to have great relationships with players.
Yeah.
And Pete Carroll had the same thing, the rah-rah thing. So that's why I wonder, like, would Ryan Day, because he is so much, and I think he's the perfect college football coach in this day and age, because he seems to foster those relationships and embrace those relationships, if it would translate to the NFL.
I think it would. And the other thing is, players would respect him because of scheme. Guys respect intelligence. If you're able to help make me a better player, I'm going to listen to you, and I'm going to buy into what you're doing. If not, see you, buddy. I'm not going to sit here and just have you hype me up and tell me to play hard. I don't need that. I'm going to play hard because I'm getting paid, and this is my job. But if you can help me, that's the bigger thing. Are you giving me nuggets for me to be successful, or are you putting our scheme in the best situation? And Ryan is really smart. That's when Matt came here and talking to some of them, dude, Ryan's as good on scheme as you've ever been around. I'm like, yeah, he's really smart on scheme. That's what separates him.
The fact we did not get Schlegs yesterday and you brought up the word nuggets is also very impressive, Bob. Well done by you. Coming up next, Austin Ward joins us. We'll talk Buckeye football. That's next. Morning Juice.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You don't want to start the new year off hurting. You don't want to start off the new year getting surgery. You don't want to start off the new year dealing with trying to plan something out into the future, what you want to do is get healthy. So what you want to do is go to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his team, the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, they can deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees, hips, back, shoulders, whatever it is, they can help you get ready. So instead of those invasive operations, it's going to sideline you all of the early year. Go check out our friends at QC Kinetics and see if they can help you today. Imagine moving better, being stronger, planning your year, doing what actually you want to do. So don't wait. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices located in Dublin and Gahanna, and they're ready there for your free consultation. So go check them out today.
You know a thing or two about the moments in life that matter. You've seized those moments to embrace joy, accomplish great things, and build meaningful relationships. Is it time now to sit back and reflect on a life well lived? Maybe. Or maybe there's more to be done. Maybe this is the most important moment you've encountered yet. By volunteering with AmeriCorps Seniors, you can seize the moment, lend a hand, and get back more than you give. We connect you to local volunteer organizations with opportunities that fit your schedule and match your interests. Through AmeriCorps Seniors, you can support people in times of need and make your community stronger. You can become a companion to your older neighbors, brightening their days with friendship. You can even become a mentor for young people, serving as a role model and enriching their lives. Are you ready to seize your moment? Visit AmeriCorps.gov/yourmoment and get started today.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
It's Bobby, it's Tito, it's Bodie, and now we are joined. He's one half of the beat with Austin Berm. He is Austin Ward joining us here now. Austin, good morning, my friend. I want to talk TP. I don't mean toilet paper or Terrell Pryor. I mean transfer portal. Ohio State, where are they making inroads in on the transfer portal?
Well, it's a multifaceted front, Tito. You have to primarily work on retaining your roster first, and that means not 1 through 85 or 1 through 100 or at this point even 1 through 60. That means working on your starting lineup and the top backups that you want to build around. So there's been a little bit of strategic adjustment, I think, that Ohio State has had to make in the first 6 days of the transfer portal. They've been, they've hosted players on every level of the defense. Yesterday they got a commitment from a defensive tackle, John Walker, who they had, recruited initially a couple years ago.
Oh no!
Central Florida for a couple years, and they had Christian Allegro in yesterday. They've had guys at corner, at safety, and no one wants to hear about the long snapper or maybe the tight end that they brought in from Ohio to start things. But the positions of need, they have been working to host players, and then they're trying to make sure that they've got enough money to spend on guys who might be going to the NFL draft, Kenyatta Jackson or Caden McDonald. So, it's hard to say any one thing. The way that you have to approach the transfer portal season right now, which, again, this is different than it's ever been with just one period of 15 days open in January and everything is happening all at once. You have to have, octopus arms to cover every base that you have to deal with right now.
Austin, how do you weigh like keeping and retaining your guys versus bringing in new guys in, and especially guys that maybe the Quincy Porters, Mylan Grahams, Aaron Scott's of the world that maybe hadn't played, were highly recruited guys, now going to greener pastures, trying to keep them on the roster versus maybe bringing someone else in, and just understanding the cost of doing business with each of those?
Well, I think one part of that, Bob, is if those pastures are actually greener and how green they might be. We've seen it only in a couple examples that deal with Ohio State specifically, but it is becoming a lot more common nationally, and I know this for sure, where players or agents or parents or whoever are going to the school where they play and saying, this is what we think the offers are going to be. Because some of these back channel conversations or, agent negotiations that are playing out, often those amounts of money are not real. And that is done for leverage purposes. That is done just to entice someone into the transfer portal. And then you might find out that some of those things, once the contract is put out, were not what you were initially presented or what was floated to you or what you think you might be worth. And you'll find out that the deal that Ohio State was offering was actually very competitive, and they have a good idea of what a player might be worth. And, that's only happened a couple times so far with, Bryson Rogers the first time around, Sam Dixon, guys who went in the portal and then came back out and went back to Ohio State and stuck around. Now, both of those guys have since left again. So, that's not the ideal case for how this is going to work out. But if someone, like you mentioned, Bob, comes in and Quincy Porter is a surprise at this point, but it wasn't by, let's just say yesterday, hypothetically, if it became clear that they wanted a 7-figure payment to return to Ohio State after only playing 4 games and then spending the rest of the year injured and not contributing, I personally have a hard time believing that there are that many offers for someone in Quincy Porter's situation that are going to reach $1 million plus. And even if there are, I think Ohio State has to be willing to walk away from that if it doesn't make sense to their future plans. That doesn't mean that Quincy Porter's not a good player, that they weren't expecting him to contribute in the future. Same thing for Mylan Graham, and definitely true for Aaron Scott, who was on the verge of contributing, maybe significantly for Ohio State next season. But the shift is, how many guys on your roster, if you're Ohio State or anybody, can you pay up to that level? And the money is not limitless. I know that there's a bunch of people
Hold
who
on,
argue
Austin.
with us.
People made it sound like
limitless.
this is like the Mississippi River, buddy. Like you're just down there in New Orleans and it's just flowing downhill.
Yes.
Like you just call. I don't know who they think we're calling here. I don't know. The Ghostbusters and Scrooge McDuck combined?
Yeah, I mean, if Scrooge McDuck has been holding out on the Buckeyes, he needs to stop swimming around in those gold coins and hand them over to Ross Bjork, because I think that Ohio State has proven aggressive in its spending. They used to, how quickly it's changed from 2 years ago to Ohio State is spending so much and nobody else is, to accusations that Ohio State doesn't have enough money. Like they have money. They are spending money. You cannot pay third string and fourth string players or unproven players that are maybe the 40th, 50th, 60th most important player on your roster. And I'm not saying that we can argue about where Quincy Porter, Mylan Graham, or Aaron Scott or Bryce West fit in that pecking order for Ohio State. But the shift is Ohio State can't pay its backups what is paying its starters, and it can't pay its third string guys what it's paying its backups. That's not how business works. That's not how life works. And if these guys can get better NIL deals elsewhere, I mean, fine. The Buckeyes are in a position now where they have to accept, if they don't have $60 million lined up every year from an oil tycoon, that they may not have the same depth on their roster that they're accustomed to. That Ohio State's not the only powerhouse program that's in that situation. Georgia's in that situation. Alabama's in that situation. The actual parity of college football is starting to arrive because you are not able to pay 4 and 5 stars who you don't actually need in your starting lineup $1.5 million. And so you may have NFL-style rosters coming to Ohio State where they're still very comfortable paying Jeremiah Smith or Kenyatta Jackson or Caden McDonald an above-market rate in a lot of cases. But if that means that you might be paying 40 guys instead of 65, that's the adjustment of this era.
Where are we at on the Maduro donations and him coming in as one of the prominent boosters? I know you and Berm have been looking into that.
Yeah, I don't think he's – I think he gets one phone call a day maybe. I don't think he used it on Ohio State, Bob, so that contributed to the uncomfortable conversations on Tuesday with Quincy Porter.
Do we have his Zelle information and everything? Like, can he send the money over?
I think he uses Cash App. I'm not certain, but
okay.
We joke, Bob, but the point I think is worth reiterating. You and I hear this all the time. Well, that's not that much money. Ohio State can't afford that. They have more.
It's not
revenue.
yours. It's not that much.
I can spend other people's money, Austin, really well. I'm really good at that.
That's the easiest way to do it without question. But that's the argument that we hear frequently every day when this stuff happens. During transfer portal season, we heard it in the summer with the recruiting class. And by the way, they did find money for that recruiting class, and Ohio State signed 28 players a month ago. That's out of character for them. That was an adjustment to what was ongoing with high school seniors. I think actually today, if you gave Ryan Day and Mark Pantoni truth serum, they would say that they regret spending that money to actually compete on the front where they were being criticized 6 months ago for not bringing enough high school players in and not spending enough to land them. I don't think that there's in this current landscape that it makes sense to bring in 28 freshmen. They were doing that and spending that as a safety net for not knowing what you may or may not need to backfill the roster because of transfer portal losses. Well, that doesn't actually make sense because a high school senior, even an early enrollee, how many players are going to be able to contribute as true freshmen? We saw a handful last year. There aren't a bunch of Jeremiah Smiths. Maybe Chris Henry Jr. becomes one by the time late August rolls around. But those aren't the kind of players that can actually, quote-unquote, backfill your roster and contribute to winning a championship. You would be much better served. And I think maybe in the future, or maybe right now, Ohio State will embrace that. It's more difficult because of the way that they approached the 2026 signing class with that many players, but maybe at this time next year you'll see a 15-man signing class and a lot more backup veteran transfer portal players taken from mid-major or D2 schools or wherever instead of a signing class. That's not historically been the way Ohio State wants to build. That's not the developed here mantra, but if you can keep 10 to 15 into your program and be the lifeblood of your program and maybe give more opportunities to just like developmental Ohio prospects who would never leave while spending money in the transfer portal to bring in your third and fourth string guys who aren't commanding 7-figure payments. Maybe that's what you have to do. I'm not saying that's absolutely going to be the case, but that has to be on the table now because this is the first time anyone is going through this phase, which is a different version of the transfer portal than ever before, and the CSC cap, which does or doesn't exist depending on if you follow rules or don't follow rules. Like, I don't even want to get into all that, but there has to be a shift in there. I think there already is a shift going on.
It seems, Austin, like that. Yeah, this is the new paradigm where maybe you don't bring in the big classes, you sign 15 guys, and if there's a couple other Ohio guys that want to come at a lower rate, and then ultimately, like you said, you backfill with some older guys. It stinks that that's kind of where college football is, and because of it, I don't know if that is fully sustainable moving forward over the next.
It's not, Bob. Yeah. and that's the risk, right? At what point is the backlash from fans like, I don't recognize this sport anymore, and annual free agency makes me less invested in X Wyoming football, Ohio State football, whoever football. Like that's what we're turning. This sport right now is unrecognizable.
Yeah, it is, and that's unfortunate because there's some guys I think that we'll get into all that later. I want to get to one other the big portal worries, more on the coaching front portal. The Matt Patricia worry that he might be leaving. Kind of where are you with that, Austin? I think that they've made a very strong offer to him, is what I've kind of ascertained. I don't think that he necessarily wants to leave, but do you envision him returning and like this coaching staff looking the same as it did this year?
Yeah, I hope so, Bob, because if we're thinking back 11 months and my perception of what Matt Patricia was and what he was going to do, getting to know him and then watching what he does with Ohio State, it's really rewarding. You were right, 100%. He is one of the more engaging personalities that you can be around. I think he's good for Ohio State, and I believe strongly that not just Matt Patricia but his family would like to stay in Columbus. They're enjoying the college life, and from his perspective, I understand fully keeping your options open. You don't know if someone wants to pay you double what you were making. Thinking of the Raiders specifically and Chip Kelly a year ago, and the Raiders, not coincidentally, are one of these teams that I think will be, bidding for Matt Patricia's services. I hope they've learned some more fiscal responsibility for Ohio State's sake. But if Matt Patricia gets offered something along the lines of $6 to $7 million to be a defensive coordinator, which I don't know will happen, and Ohio State didn't expect to happen a year ago, Matt Patricia may want to stay, but it may not make sense for him to stay and to turn that down. So I can't guarantee that he will. All I can say is that you said an offer on the table. It's a very lucrative offer. As far back as October, some of the folks at Ohio State had told me that they were already prepared at that point to make Matt Patricia potentially the highest paid assistant in the history of college football. They will pay him to stay. That is not an issue. They do have the money for that. Coaching staff, roster conversations, these are separate buckets of money. And the salary pool that Ryan Day will have to work with to retain Matt Patricia is going to be what he needs. And there's some confidence from, the athletic department and the leaders over there that Matt Patricia, they will be able to match any reasonable offer that comes from NFL teams. They have to. Now, the uncomfortable part is hoping that nobody does anything reckless that changes that, or B, that a team doesn't decide that they want to make Matt Patricia a head coach, which becomes a very different amount of money and a very different conversation for someone who is competitive and would like to prove that Detroit was an aberration. So, we all would love for the thing to be wrapped up immediately. That would help Ohio State, I think, significantly in terms of a Caden McDonald conversation. The relationship between those two is as close between player or coordinator and coach as I've seen in a long time. But, no one is doing anything wrong. Matt Patricia, by weighing his options, is not wrong. Ohio State has not slow played this on the hope that Matt Patricia would just want to come back and give them a discount. Ohio State has done its part with a contract offer, and Matt Patricia is doing right by his family and his future by making sure that he knows what the best deal and opportunity is for him. So it's not a spot where you can blame anyone for what's going on. This is just what happens when you have really good coaches who are in demand in this era of football. And I give Ohio State a better chance than anybody else because of the family factor in Columbus, and I think the way that Matt Patricia has embraced life in the Woody and working with Ryan Day. But they are not the only ones bidding in the Matt Patricia sweepstakes, so they'll have to wait until it does come to a close.
Before we get you out of here, the offensive side, obviously the new receiver coach comes in. Where are we at on coordinator? Is that an internal thing? Are they still looking externally? Does Matt Patricia staying or leaving in his bucket affect all of that?
I don't think the Matt Patricia part will impact it, Bob. I think Ryan Day, he is in a lot of ways in a very similar spot to a year ago. That's where I'm drawing the parallels, where he spent, much of January saying Matt Guerrieri and Tim Walton can handle this. I trust them to handle it. They could be co-coordinators and leave it. That situation on the offensive side right now involves Keenan Bailey, Tyler Bowen, and Billy Fessler. I think by the end of the month, as he made that hire and moved forward, he realized, well, if there's a veteran that fits, if there's a way to enhance this with a head coach of the defense then and the offense now, you need to do that. You're going to have the support from Ross Bjork in the athletic department and the administration to get that done. Now, it's a little bit more complicated in this era where you'd have to basically become a trendsetter. The coaching staff is full after hiring Cortez Hankton in terms of full-time recruiting designations, but you can hire an offensive coordinator who doesn't have to be a coordinator. As far as you can tell with the rules, it may go against the spirit of it the NCAA intends, but who cares? You don't have to structure your staff the way the NCAA tells you to right now, because they have changed it to unlimited coaches who can deal with players, be on headsets, do whatever. I know that there's some of the restrictions that on game day, but I think Ohio State can probably find a solution to that, and my hunch is they will. I don't know who that's going to be. I think that person would likely have NFL experience, but I don't have a list of candidates that I know are in advanced conversation, so I'm going to avoid that, because anytime I say, well, a Brian Daboll type, it becomes a notion that he's going to take the job.
Yeah.
And I think Ohio State, if he wanted it, they would let him have it right now. But I don't know his level of interest, and I don't know the level of interest of any of those exterior candidates. But I still feel strongly that needs to happen, and I think that Ryan Day is working towards that as we speak.
Austin, I see there's always these moments that come up where a head coach of a college team offers some eighth grader a scholarship. In the last 10 years, have you ever texted an eighth grade athlete?
No.
Berm has, though.
I'm sure Berm. No, I know Berm has. I'm saying Berm's more in the recruiting, but I want to make sure, Austin, you are not in that realm, correct? Like, we get off the phone now, and we get done here, you're not going to text some eighth grader who might be going to Ohio State, correct?
That's not me, and I'm working on Maduro for Bob, so I don't have time to deal with eighth graders. Criminals I'll text, but eighth graders I will not.
Big game hunting, Austin. That's what we're about.
That's right. That's it.
Appreciate the time, Austin. Thanks so much, Bob. We'll talk next week.
See you guys.
That was Austin Ward. They're not texting eighth graders. Jeremy Birmingham, we're not sure. Coming up next.
Looking for a big booster. I mean,
look, that's great.
Maduro, looking at where he was at, I think he might be willing to negotiate.
Money's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
Bob, is it true you're drilling for oil in Lancaster, or is that not true?
I don't know if there's oil there to be had. I
I'm
know
just
there's
asking
some there's some in Venezuela. They've got a lot of gold mines there. They got a lot of everything down there.
I didn't know
Maduro is kind of hoarding it all to himself. I said, let's share some of that.
I don't know how much money he had, but wasn't Dahmer OSU alum?
Yeah.
So
wait, Dahmer an OSU alum?
Yeah.
Oh, if he's an alum, he went to
OSU.
Oh, that's different. Okay, thank
you.
you.
If he called Ryan Day tomorrow, if he was still with
us.
us.
Yeah, all right. No, all right.
Here's
so you having tea with the Queen?
He is dead. Dahmer's dead. I'm saying not rest in peace, rest in hell.
Him and OJ are looking down on us?
Yes. They're looking up at us.
Oh, okay.
Up.
Still trying to find the killer.
Up, Bob.
It's good. Yeah,
tastes like chicken. Go ahead.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and an opportunity to work alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area and will help you reach your needs. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep it running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Tell you who's got juice next. Morning Juice.
Bobby Carpenter here with the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. When the game's on the line, you press hard, you hustle, you stay focused, and give it everything you got. Pressure brings out the best in people. That's how business works too. Have you ever met what seemed like an impossible deadline? Saved a deal from going off a cliff at the last minute? Here's Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on their local partnership and dedication to doing whatever it takes.
Thanks, Bobby. At Riverside Bank of Dublin, we're proud to be on your team, helping local businesses manage cash, fund growth, and invest in what's next. From startups to seasoned pros, we bring the full court press every day for our clients.
That's right, Travis. Our team at Riverside Bank is just as hungry as you are to grow and prosper. That mentality shows up in everything we do. Your business deserves a banking partner that's invested in your success. Look for a new branch location at Bridge Park in 2026.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
What does it mean to give 100%? It means giving everything you've got, every single day. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. So no matter what you give, we give 100% for life-saving research victories, 100% to making new discoveries that lead to innovative treatments, 100% to groundbreaking cancer research that could one day save someone you love. We know cancer research is working. Over the last 30 years, an estimated 4.5 million lives have been saved thanks to game-changing research breakthroughs. But there is more work to do. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. We will always give 100% to accelerate victory over cancer.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate today at v.org.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community that said it couldn't be done.
And then you.
And then I. And then we.
Brought neuromuscular disease into screaming color with the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
For 75 years, our voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
We've willed the impossible into existence.
We've pushed the science,
raised the funds,
shifted the narrative,
and transformed the reality of life with neuromuscular diseases.
For 75 years, we've built communities together,
established the field of neuromuscular medicine,
and made it thrive.
Call that a legacy.
Call it impact.
Call it momentum.
Just call it ours.
Because it's the generations of community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
We built a brand new studio just for Bobby, and Tito has already ruined it just by being here.
I'm pregnant.
This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, thanks Austin Ward for joining us. Look at tomorrow's Thursday, Bob, right? So we're going to have Albert Breer on.
Yeah, Brewster talk about all these hirings and firings, the what have yous.
The gum in your mouth right there almost made you do a Lou Holtz. You started to do a Holtz because the gum was on the side.
Good.
It sounded like Holtz. Yeah, it sounded like Holtz for a minute. And then we'll also have Highness on. And we got to talk about this thing proposed to us by a listener.
I don't know if we can go all the way there.
Well, we can't talk about it?
I enjoy the I like Jerry.
Yeah.
I enjoy the controversy.
I know. Okay.
Content.
The guy
Sometimes
is.
You got to stir it up a little
It's about Steve Kerr. Fine. Steve Kerr, just letting you know right now. You're involved in this. And you're saying, Bob, we can talk about it, but not entertain it as a possibility?
I mean, I guess you could entertain it.
It's for charity. It's for
kids.
Your Highness. It's for the kid. There we go. It's for the kids, Bob. All right. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll do it in the Monday meeting and tomorrow. Let's tell people what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
There's no sponsor there, Bodie. Go. Got to go back. Not yet. Hasn't been updated yet, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
As far as I know.
It's Wednesday, Bob. That's you.
Okay. What's got me juice? Well, my daughter was on time and ready to go this morning for lifting. As
Big deal.
I pulled out, I'm like, hey, I got to get to work. So I'm not so worried about you being late to your lift as me being late to my job.
Your lift.
I got to get down here.
Yes.
I got to lift up Thitoff, and
yes.
I mean, we're not very far into these New Year's resolutions. By the way, I think tonight we're going to maybe get my family, get some of our New Year's resolutions and goals all hammered out.
What?
So
tonight you are?
Yeah.
It's January 7th, Bob.
What is that? Okay. Where are you at on your journey?
No. Whoa. No, don't do this.
Mean,
don't point it back on me. I'm saying to you, you're Bobby Carpenter. You're early everywhere you go. You're saying January 7th is when you're going to do your New Year's resolutions.
They're not resolutions. They're just more goals.
Okay.
And none of them are like 7 days. I don't think are going to make.
Right,
I think it's more.
Week.
I think it's more important to get them right than to get them done.
I'm not judging. I was just asking the question, Bob. Go ahead.
Plus, I was in Dallas during the New Year. I got back that day, and so we're going to pull them off. We're going to do an eval on last year's goals of what we achieved, what we didn't, where we are.
Right.
And like some of them were like school year, like some of my kids, because it's like the school year goals. So some of them I go, we can just kind of carry that over. Do you think we're working our way towards these things, whether it was like making this team or doing that or whatever it was, so we can work through that? And then if we didn't achieve last year's goals, what will we do to kind of move forward, and what can we do to kind of enhance those and keep growing with that.
Do you do a word of the day or word of the year? Is there like
I used to do a couple words.
Okay.
I did that in 2024. I didn't do anything last year. I have a couple from 2023 that I had written down. I don't know. I
did a word of the year generator yesterday because I was too lazy to come up with my own word.
That doesn't even make sense.
No, Bob was like, it was an app you go to when you type in.
I understand what a generator is.
Okay, I had a generated word of the year. You don't have a word of the year for 2026.
Not yet.
Do you have one,
I will
Bodie?
create my own. If I decide, it will be my own original thought.
Well, mine was original-ish. Like I typed in things, and they said this is what it should be.
This is what it should be.
Yes, I
based
said.
upon your search history.
No, they said. Oh,
What is
search
it,
history. No. Wait,
what is
that's
it,
different.
robust?
That is a lot different. No,
Yeah.
if it was search history, Bob, I'd have a much different word of the year. Do you want to know what my word of the year is?
Sure.
Empathy. That's what it was empathy.
Okay. I might be good. Maybe it's
might
bad.
be. I'm saying my word of the year based on what I typed in.
It might not be a bad one for me.
Empathy.
I'll have to look through it and try to figure some things out. Yeah, but so we got all that going.
Yep.
That's exciting. Our church, we do a big fast and everything to start the year. So working through some of that with my wife and trying to figure out some of the different things that we've been working through.
I'm
with
on
that.
a 2-hour fast right now.
That's good. Yeah, that's a
I had a Timbit on the way in, but I haven't eaten since then.
Timbit on the way in.
Sugar's going to kill you, too.
That's fine.
You have diabetes already.
That's why I had one.
Yeah. Wow.
The small one, Bob. Little Timbit.
Self-control, some discipline.
That's what I do. Thank you. 2-hour fast.
There we go. But kind of leaning into that, trying to figure some of that stuff out. But this is like the first full week. So I'm just trying to kind of lean into this year. I mean, listen, if you started on day 1, but you quit on day 18, would you rather start on day 8 and make it the other 350?
Bob, I'm not judging. I just thought it was interesting.
I think what you were doing was firmly judging.
I'm judging. I just was
I
surprised.
expected more out of you, which
I thought
felt a little judgy to me,
okay.
which is fine, which is okay.
You want to be judged by me.
But that's got me juiced as well. And what's Schle's got to say, Bodie?
Like, this is their moment to go get live bullets in the plate. They want to eat. They starving. Like, all I get is practice. All I get is, practice nuggets. I want, the boneless rooster wings. You know what I mean? I want to sit down and have a cold one and go to town with extra ranch on it. So when you put those guys in, you ain't holding them back. You're not running up the score, but it's like, hey, stop them.
Hey, stop them.
Stop them.
What's got me juiced today, guys? We talked about it a little bit earlier.
Matt Patricia, look out.
I don't root for, people to lose their jobs, but if I were to do that, I would have put Matt Eberflus at the top of that list. So, that did have me a little juiced yesterday. I'm not going to lie. What also had me juiced, we are just a day away from, is Ole Miss and Miami play tomorrow night, or is that Friday night?
That's Friday,
That's
right?
Friday, because
Okay.
tomorrow's Ohio State. It'd be tomorrow's the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. So Oregon and Indiana will meet tomorrow night.
No,
it's right.
Flipped.
Miami's right.
You're
Yes,
right.
okay.
Miami beat
You got
Ohio
it right,
State, so they're
then we got
tomorrow.
Saturday and Sunday and Monday NFL playoffs.
Okay, so tomorrow night, Ole Miss will play Miami in the Fiesta Bowl for the college football playoff semifinal. Chance to go to the national championship game. I saw this from yesterday, and this got a good laugh out of me. On the Ole Miss coaching staff right now, and I think he's sticking around, but don't quote me on that, is Joe Judge. Been mostly in the NFL for quite a while there with the Pats, head coach for the Giants there for a very quick minute. And obviously it's been a pretty chaotic situation here for the last month or so with Ole Miss, with Lane Kiffin moving on, some of the coaches going back and forth. So Joe Judge at the media day was asked about the chaotic nature of the last few weeks for the Rebels, and he said, quote, "My next door neighbor used to be Aaron Hernandez. And yeah, this is still more chaotic than that. Now, I don't know if that's
a great line.
is true
That's
or not.
fantastic. My goodness.
I don't know why he would lie about that. He was on the staff when that happened. I was up there, and it was the next year.
Yeah, and I was looking at his Wikipedia yesterday, and he was in New England there for quite a while before he got the Giants head coaching job. Wow. I don't know that any sort of chaos in a college football playoff world can relate to Aaron Hernandez killing 2 people.
Allegedly. Well, convicted. It was convicted.
It wasn't a killing. It was just the circus around it.
He was convicted.
Yeah, he was guilty, right?
Of both.
I think we found that
I mean, I
album
know,
pretty strong. And
because
then
I think
maybe even a third that they didn't.
We're not sure about that one. Yeah, well, the third one's
At
him.
least two.
He's the third one, right?
I guess you're not wrong on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, unfortunately on that one, I guess. But yeah, that had me juiced.
Had you juiced.
Not the killing of people, but Joe Judge's
The third one, though, had you juiced.
Comments on it. That made me laugh. So, Tito, you know what? I wouldn't say a word. I like to live my life by a motto every year. Not just this year, but every year, Tito. That'd be one day, one life.
I wasn't sure if it'd be
What has
empathy
you
or
juiced?
gluttony for me. I wasn't sure which one it'd be, but it was empathy. Then I had to remember what empathy meant. Like, I know what it means in general, but like I want the deeper meaning. Yeah, roughly.
And what does it mean?
Well, it's like it's being empathetic. No, it's like it's understanding other people's their situations and being
What is our
sensitive
situation,
to that.
Dad?
Dad, exactly. So
a lot of polling shows that voters would empathize with our situation.
So I would like to know if both of you, I want you guys to come up with words. Can we do it tomorrow? Can tomorrow you guys have words of the year for yourselves?
What about a phrase?
No, a single word. Bodie, don't make it a single word. Bob, can you have a word of the year for you for 2026?
Figure that out. I'll take a look at it
So
tonight.
you'll do it.
Might do a couple words, but yeah. I'll put one headline word for you that'll make it better that we can all talk about. I love that you're convicted on this when you went to an AI generator and this is how you came up with this. And now you're sitting here saying, can you not do it? Like sighs and disappointment.
I'm just surprised. That's all. And I'm also disappointed. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. I'm not juiced in a good way that I've got to drive probably to and from Pittsburgh now on Monday. Because that changes my answer, Bob. I said yes, and then I heard the qualifier.
You can always tell them no.
I can't.
Why?
Because
I'm not interested in driving. I have bad eyes at night. I don't feel safe. I don't feel confident.
You could just get hammered drunk.
Yeah.
Then you can't drive.
But then I'll come in here drunk because it'll be.
Well, that could be
Talking
fun.
about it. Just drink water on the way back.
Wait, you're telling me if I get drunk at a Monday night
Well,
game.
maybe not your metabolism.
Okay, I'm just saying, Bob.
My metabolism would be able
You
to
could do
handle
it.
that.
You could drink till midnight. Okay, then drive in here after drinking water and be not drunk.
Yeah.
Wow. It's good to be Bob, I guess.
Well,
I don't think I could do
spent
it.
many years crafting
going to parties sometimes until 4.
Exactly.
Right, and
the more dense body mass you have, the more muscle mass you have. I've always had a high metabolism, and because that
Tito, you're in
metabolize
good shape there.
Thank you very much.
Metabolize alcohol faster, just like you do all of the food.
Did you live with Justin Zwick?
Yeah, I did. I lived with Zwick for a year.
Okay, go ahead.
Speaking of muscle and resolutions and whatnot,
please.
I'm all for people making better of themselves.
How bad is
But
the gym right now?
has been way too packed the last
That's
week,
the
and I'm
thing,
not
man.
a fan of that.
Just give it 3 more weeks.
Oh, I know.
February
It's-
1.
Yeah. There are the two most popular days to start a diet in a fitness regimen are January 1st
and tomorrow.
Those are the 2 days when most people do it. So don't worry, Bodie, I won't be there
I've
tomorrow.
never been to tomorrow, Thitoff.
You've never been to tomorrow?
No.
There's your word. That's your word of the day is tomorrow. We'll find out Bodie and Bobby's words of the day and find out what happened with Bobby's family with their New Year's resolutions.